Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. So we've got a little bit of special, different sort of battle report today. I'm playing someone who's playing their very first game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and we've not done any of the pre-game sort of chat because there's not much of that to really go through with someone playing their first game. However, we recorded the game, so I thought it'd be fun to see someone playing their first game and getting a feel for Age of Sigmar. So we're going to be playing the scenario Battle for the Past. I reckon this is one of the better scenarios to teach someone how to play Age of Sigmar with. It really teaches you all about objective play, that different objectives and different points can be important to try and get through on the battlefield. I've gone through this with the new opponent, talking about like how objective play and all that sort of stuff is very important in the battle. And most of all, we're just playing with some models thrown on the table. We're not playing to any strict points value. I think I have just under 1,000 points, and I think he has just over 1,000 points. There's nothing like that in this. This is just going to be a bit of fun teaching someone the game, and we're playing Battle for the Past. So let's get looking at the armies. We haven't got a proper sort of video. I've just got two pictures, and I'll tell you what's in the armies, and then we'll get into the battle report proper after that. So this is a Skaven army that my new opponent is taking, and it's a Pestilens heavy one. So it is Clan Pestilens. We're going to have 2 units of 20 Plague Monks. They've got the dual photed blades, and then we've got, or is it photed blades or Pestilens blade? The dual blades, or whatever they are called, I forget the names. And then we've got a big block of 40 Plague Monks with the 2 different weapon options. Also got a Plague Priest on foot, a Plague Priest on Plague Furnace, and a Plague Court Catapult. It's 1,000 and something-ish points, just over, but we're going to use this in the game to try and teach him how to play. And this is the Stormcast Eternals force that I'll be playing against him with. I chose Stormcast Eternals mainly because they're really easy for me to run and be able to focus on my opponent doing stuff. And they're just a nice army to face off against in your first sort of games. They are the poster boys. Everyone likes playing against the poster boys. So I've got 2 units of 5 Sequitors, unit of 5 Evocators, Cellstar Ballista, the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger, the Knight Incantor, and the Knight Errant Questor. He's just a cool model. Just to bring it up, I had to throw a character in, so why not put the Errant Questor on the table? Let's get into the battle report proper though. Thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoy the game. We had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun with his first proper game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so hopefully we can get him back on the channel again sometime soon and get some more in-depth battle reports happening. Alright, so Stormcast army is deployed. We've got the Errant Questor and 5 Sequitors down on this flank. In the centre we've got the Cellstar Ballista holding a piece of terrain, and then we've got 5 Sequitors on the centre objective with the Evocators and Lord Arcanum taking up the front, ready to go out and try and claim some objectives. So, on this side, we've got the Skaven. We've got 20 Plague Monks down here, getting ready to go over to this side of the objectives in the centre. We've got the Plague Furnace and 40 Plague Monks, all there ready to just go up and smash face. Back here, we've got another 20 Plague Monks. We've got a Plague Priest, and then we've got a Plague Court Catapult holding up the rear. Now I'm going to go and see who gets first turn, and we'll come back with that. So, start of the hero phase, we're going to cast Stormcaller with the Knight Incantor. She's going to get +1 to cast, so 7, 8, it's going to go off. We're going to start rolling some dice, so we'll check whether any of the Skaven wizards are in range. Alright, so start rolling some dice for the Skaven units. We'll start with the Plague Furnace on a 6. Nope. This unit of Plague Monks back here. Yep, so they're going to take D3 mortal wounds. So which is going to be 3. On a 6, the Plague Priest doesn't. Unit of Plague Monks up the back there. Nope. Big unit of Plague Monks here. Nope. And the Plague Furnace itself. No. So it's just going to be the 3 Skaven dead from here. So we're then going to get the Lord Arcanum. He's going to put Mystic Shield onto the Evocators. So needing a 6. Gets it just. So that's going to go off. And then the Evocators are going to cast Empower on themselves. Goes off an 11, so that goes off as well. Evocators is going to be re-rolling to wound. So, end of the movement phase for the Stormcast. We've got the Questor and the Sequitors move up this flank towards that objective. In the centre, we've got the Evocators and the Lord Arcanum pushing out to the right-hand side objective, while the Sequitors sort of just push in front of their own objective. We're now going to go into shooting and see if that Cellstar Ballista has anything it can shoot. So, the Cellstar Ballista here is going to shoot into the Plague Monks around the Furnace, so we need a 3 to hit, which we miss. Cool, that's it for Stormcast shooting, and that's going to be the end of the Stormcast turn 1. We're just going to get a single victory point this turn, and now we're going to go into Skaven turn 1. We've got to take a battle shock test for these Plague Monks here. They're going to get +2 bravery thanks to being Skaven, so they're going to be bravery 7. They've lost 3, so anything but a 5 or 6 and we're good. 3, cool. No extra Skaven fleet. Now we're going to go into the Skaven turn. Alright, so the Plague Furnace here is going to try and put the Rabid Prayer on these Plague Monks. They've got the Woeblade and the Foated Staff, so they're going to get 2 extra attacks from it if it goes off. So, the dice on a 3+, it goes off. 4, so it goes off. Cool. They're going to be brutally deadly. So, end of the Skaven movement phase. We've had this unit of Plague Monks jump out of the Gnaw hole from over there. We've had this unit of Plague Monks here move up. Plagueclaw Catapult is staying where it is. It's not going to get to shoot anything this turn, but worth noting that it is in range to shoot anything that tries to jump on that objective. The Plague Priest there has just moved up to consolidate control of that objective. Meanwhile, the Plague Furnace and that big blob of Plague Monks in the middle is going out to the far objective there. Now I'm going to see if there's any charges to make with the Skaven, and we'll come back with them. So we're going to have these Plague Monks here try and make a charge against the Errant Quester. They're 9 inch away, so 2d6, show us a 9. 5, 10, they're going to make it, so we'll come back with a charge after and see what happens. So, they've made the charge, this is what it looks like, and we're now going to go into combat. And, well, there's only one combat going on here, so the Plague Monks are going to pile in first. We'll come back with their piling. They're piled in, and they're now going to attack the Errant Quester. We're also going to use a command point to give him reroll save rolls of 1. So, Plague Monks are going to go. They've got 24 attacks. They're hitting on 3s. It's not too bad. And so, cool. That's all the hits. They're now going to roll to wound, needing 4 ups to wound, wanting 6s though. So, go for it. Cool. That's going to be what? How many 6s? You've got 4 6s there. And then all these 4s succeed. And so we'll just throw 4 extra dice into my save pool. It's going to be how many saves they've got to make. So the Errant Quester's got his save to make, so he's got a 3 up re-rolling 1s. Which he 1, 2, so he's going to take a wound. Wow, that's a really good roll. He passed 12 of them. And re-roll 1s for another 1. So he's going to take 2 wounds. That was not a bad roll, so he's going to fight back then. So we'll go with the Errant Quester back. He's got 3 attacks into the Plague Monks, needing 3s to hit. Of which he hits once, of course he does. And 3s to wounds. Wounds at least. There's going to be no armor save for your Plague Monk, so he's going to kill D3 of them. For one of them. One of them is going to get killed by him. So he killed one Plague Monk near the Errant Quester, so roll the dice on a 6. It's going to do a mortal wound back to the... No mortal wound. We're now going to go into priority after we count up the Skaven points, so I think they're going to have 2, 3 points altogether. So now we're going to go into priority. Stormcast of blue, Skaven of green. I've got a 5, you've got a 4, so means I'm going to get to pick the turn order. So decided we're going to give the turn away to the Skaven. These Plague Monks over here are going to have to fight the Errant Quester, and then I don't know if those Plague Monks in the Furnace there can really bring their weight to bear upon the Evocators properly, that I'm worried enough. I'm worried, just not enough. So, Skaven turn 2 coming up. The Plague Furnace is going to do the Rabid Prayer on the Plague Monks around him again, needing a 3. He's got a 1, so he's going to do a mortal wound to himself. Good job there. And then I think that's going to be it for prayers, and we'll go into movement. So, on the 5+, the Plague Priest is going to ignore his mortal wound that he's taken from failing to cast his prayer, so go for it. That was totally a 5 for a little bit there, but it's not, so yes, he's going to take a mortal wound. So, end of the Skaven movement phase. These Plague Monks here can't move because they're in combat with the Errant Quester, though these Plague Monks are continuing to move up a little bit, and the ones on the other flank pushing forward, taking complete control of that objective there. We're going to have to go try and fight them off with the Stormcast. Meanwhile, the Plagueclaw Catapult's just moved over, hoping to be able to jump through a Gnaw hole in later turns to try and influence the battle a little bit more. Now, going to go into shooting, which I don't think there is any. I'm pretty sure that catapult's out of range of everything. So we've decided not to charge with the Plague Furnace and the Plague Monks over there, rather hold the objective because it's going to put a Skaven in a pretty good position going forward. So we're going to go into combat and we're going to pile in these Plague Monks here first, and we'll come back after they're piled in with their attacks. So we're going to have 14 Skaven in range, so it's going to be 28 attacks, needing 3s to hit. So go for it. It's not bad. And now we've got 4s to wound, go for it. Looking for 6s, that's not too bad, so it's 2, 3, oh, that was a 6, 3 of them. Take all the 1, 2s and 3s. And we'll put 3 dice back in for the 6s, so it's going to be 6, 9, 12, 13. It's around the same. Let's see if he survives. So we've got 13 saves to make, 3 up on the errant quester. 1, 2, 3, he just dies. So he's going to get removed, unfortunately. However, we're going to fight back with the Sequitors. So we'll go with them next. So we're going to go to the Sequitors next with their empowered weapons. So we've got 2 regular Sequitors with hammer and shield. So they're going to need 3s to hit. No need for rerolls, and 3s to wound. For 2 wounds. Monks have a 6-up save, so 2 6-ups. No, so it's going to be 2 dead Plague Monks so far. This is the Prime and the other dude, so we're needing 3s, re-rolling. Thank God for re-rolls, because that was terrible. It's better. And then 3s to wound. 3. And so that's going to be ignore the Plague Monk's armor save and kill 6 more Plague Monks. Monks were taken away that were in range of the Sequitors for some strike back. So on 6s, it's mortal wounds back to the Sequitors. So 3 mortal wounds, they're going to kill a Sequitor and a half back just from dying. So battle shock wise, we've lost 8 Plague Monks, which means they're going to lose D6 plus 1. With 11 left, so 6, so 7 more are going to run. And then we're going to make a battle shock test for the Sequitors after that as well. Just a single model, which means they're fine because they've got Bravery 7. They can't actually fail the battle shock test. That's going to be the end of the Skaven turn, though. We're going to score, what is it, another 5, though. So that's going to put the Skaven up to, where are we, up to 10. Alright, so start of the Stormcast turn, we're going to gain a command point, and then we're going to start trying to cast some magic. So we're going to start with her. She's going to go Stormcaller again. Doesn't go off on double ones, fails to cast. Sucks. We'll then go with the Lord Arcanum. He's going to use Thundershock, on the Plague Monks. So that goes off on an 8, so it's going to do a mortal wound to those Plague Monks and make them -1 to hit. And then lastly, we're going to cast Empower with the Evocators. 4 doesn't go off. Ouch. That's bad as well. None of our buffs went off. Woohoo. We'll now go into Stormcast movement phase and come back after that. So, into the Stormcast movement phase, Sequitors are moving up in the center, going for this side as objective now. The Evocators and Lord Arcanum getting ready to face off against the Plague Furnace. Rather be charging the Plague Furnace than get charged by it. Knight and Candle has just moved over a little bit to that side of the arcane terrain, hoping to push back anything that tries to jump through a gnaw hole and surprise the Stormcast. So, shooting wise now, we're going to go with the Cellstar Ballista, and it's going to go into these Plague Monks over here. So, we need a 3 to hit, which we miss again. Bloody hell. So, that's going to go into charges now. So, charge wise, we're going to go the Lord Arcanum first. 2d6, so 5. That's cool. That's going to get him where we want him with a 5, and then we'll charge the Evocators as well. Their charge is going to be a 9. Cool. Both units are going to get in, so we'll come back with their charge rolls. So Evocators are going to go into the Plague Furnace, so they're needing 3s to hit. It's not a bad roll. And 3s to wound. Going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 saves needed to make. So, Plague Furnace -1, so it has a 5-up armor save. Go for it. Saves all. 3 of them. Go again. All of them can just be rolled again. And it's 5-up after damage save for Blessings of the Horned Rat. Saved another 2. So it's going to take 5 wounds. It's going to have taken 6 so far. So the Evocators are going to use their Lightning Arc ability. So on 4 pluses, they're going to do mortal wounds to a Plague Furnace. So they're going to do 5 mortal wounds, and the Plague Furnace will now get to try and deny them. So go for it. 5 ups for the Blessings of the Horned Rat. Saved 2, so going to take another 3 wounds, putting it on taking 9. So the Plague Furnace is going to go next. It's going to attack the Lord Arcanum. So on a 2+, we're going to swing its Great Plague Sensor to start with. Hits, so it's going to do D3 + 1, so roll again. See how many mortal wounds we do to the... So 1 + 1, so it's going to do 2 mortal wounds to the Lord Arcanum. So first profile, Warpstone Tipstaff from the Plague Priest. So roll to hit. Hits, roll to wound. Does that wound on a 3? Sure does. And so it's going to be -1, so I'm going to have a 4-up armor save against this, which I fail, so you're going to do D3 damage. For another wound. It doesn't matter. So, Floated Blades, 6 attacks, 4s. 2 hits, and then 4s to wound. 1 wound, so I've got a 3-up save against this. Fail that as well. Popping me onto 4 wounds taken. And now the Rusty Spikes, D6 attacks. See how many attacks we get. 5, not bad. So there are attacks. Forced to hit now though, because he's taken 9 wounds. All by 1, and then wounding on 3s. So 1 wound. And negative for that, any rend, I believe it's rend 1. So 4-up save. Finally I saved something. And now we'll pick the next Stormcast unit. Lord Arcanum's going to go next with his Aether Stave, 3s to hit. Hits once. And 3s to wounds. So -1, so a 5-up save on your Plague Furnace. Nope. It's going to do D3 damage for 2. 2 5-up saves. No, so another 2 wounds on the Plague Furnace. So Griff Charger underneath is going to attack as well. 3s to hit. Hits twice, so he's better than the Rider. And 3s to wound, launching 6s, so that's going to do 1 mortal wound. But then you're going to get an armor save for this one. So 5-up armor save on that to begin with first. Nope. And now 2 5-up after damage saves. No, so another 2 wounds on him. And that's going to take the Plague Furnace down. The Griff Charger underneath gets him in the end. It is going to open up a world of pain though, as those Plague Monks are now going to be able to pile in. So, we're going with the Plague Monks over here. What's left of them? 8 dice into the Stormcast. 3s to hit. And it's going to be 2 misses, that's pretty good. And 4s to wound, wanting 6s though to do those multiple hits. No 6s this time, so it's going to be 3 wounds. So, interesting. I'm actually behind a barricade now with the Stormcast, so we're going to get +1 save, so we're going to be a 3-up save. Fail 1 though, which means we're going to drop 1 Stormcast. Oh wait, reroll save rolls a 1 because I have shields. I'm fine. Stormcast see off those last few Plague Monks, and now we'll strike back with them. So, Sequitors are going back. We've got the 1 regular Sequitor, 3s to hit, both hit, and 3s to wound, both wounds, so 2 armor saves at 6+. 5+ actually, because you're behind the barricade as well. So, save both of them. And then I'm going to go, I've got to roll this guy separately because you're not going to get an armor save against him because he's on the other side of the barricade. So, he needs 3s to hit, which he fails both. And then we've got the other 2. These are 3s to hit. Empowered weapons, so rerolls, nope. And 3's to wound. Wow, 1. I'm not actually going to kill him. This is horrendous. And a 6 up save because you're on the other side of the barricade. No, so 2 of them will die. Which means you get to roll 2 dice. On 6's mortal wounds. Oh, so close. Cool, that'll be the end of that one, and then we'll go over to the big unit of Plague Monks. Cool, so to start with, we're going to have 10 attacks going into the evocators, so 3's to hit. That was not the best roll you've done all day. And 4's to wound. It's 2, but that becomes 4, because you roll 2 6s, and so I've got a I didn't get a Mystic Shield or anything off, so I've just got a 3 up armor save, which I passed all of them. Now we'll work out what is attacking the Arcanum. Cool, so 22 attacks into the Arcanum, 3's to hit. It's not bad. And now 4's to wound, but you're wanting your 6s. That's not too shabby there, so let's remove all the 1, 2, 3s. But then we're going to put 4 dice back in the pile. It's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 into the Arcanum. Alright, now we're going to make some armor saves. 3 up, can only fail 2 of them. Don't fail a single one. Wow. Yep, no, he's fine. Cool. Now we'll go into Battle Shock. We've got a Battle Shock test to make for these clan rats. They've lost 2 models. Now they're down to their base bravery of 5, so a 3 or less sees them fine. Oh no, 1 dice, sorry. 1 dice for this one. 3 or less sees them fine. 5, that means 2 of them are going to run, so it's going to be the unit wiped out. Woo! Now we're going to count up the Stormcast points, and then we'll go into priority. Stormcast just get another point, putting it at 2 to 10, so Stormcast have some serious catching up to do. Blue dice for Stormcast. Green dice for Skaven, go. I've got a 3, you got a 3, it means I'm going to break ties. I'm going to have to take it with Stormcast this turn, I think. So going into Stormcast on the double turn now. Magic, we're going to have the Knight and Cantor try it with Stormcaller to begin with. Goes off on 11, so now we're going to roll a dice for every Skaven unit on the table. So we'll start with the Plague Monks over there on a 6. They do, so they're going to take D3 mortal wounds for 1. 1 of them is going to die. We'll go to Plague Claw Catapult right at the back of the table on a 6. It does as well. D3 mortals, it's going to take 1 mortal wound. The Plague Priest at the back there. Can we get 3 in a row? We do. I like this dice. D3 mortal wounds. He's going to take 3 mortal wounds at the back there. And then the big blob of Plague Monks. Can we get every unit in the army? We do. D3 mortal wounds for 2. So 2 of those Plague Monks over there. I've just rolled some really statistical anomalies here. We're then going to go with... what do we want to go with next? We'll go with Thundershock into those Plague Monks, which we totally forgot about last turn, but oh well. Goes off on a 9, so it's going to be 1 of those Plague Monks again on the big unit is going to die, and they're going to be -1 to hit. You need to remember that this turn. My bad. And the Evocators will cast Empower on themselves, which goes off this turn. Cool. All our spells went off. Much better than last turn. We'll go into the movement phase, and we'll come back. Right, so, end of the movement, what have we done? We've moved both units to Sequitors up. We're now in range of the objective. There are no Skaven in range, so we're going to control this side's objective for the turn. The Incantor, she's finally moving up the table as well. And the Evocators and Arcanum can't move because they're in combat with the Plague Monks. So, we'll go into some shooting. Can we actually hit anything with the Cellstar Ballista this turn? So, Cellstar Ballista, going to shoot over the Plague Monks in there. 3 to hit, come on. Hits, finally. 3 to wound, watch it fail. No, wounds. Sorry. Turns into 3 wound rolls. When they hit, they do exploding. Turns into lightning bolts. And now 3's to wound. 3 wounds. So 3 at -2, so it's going to be 3 dead Plague Monks. So combat-wise, piled in the Evocators. These all Evocators here are technically down at the bottom of the steps, but Wobbly Model Syndrome. So all of them are going to get in and we're going to attack the Plague Monks. Evocators, they're going to need 3s to hit. That's a pretty good roll. Starting to roll hot with the Stormcast. And now they're going to be 3s to wound, re-rolling thanks to Empower. So all of them already got it. Failed with 1 wound, so we're going to have 5, 10, 14 dead Plague Monks so far. So it's 14 dead so far. We haven't removed them yet. We're going to do the Lightning Arc now. So every 4 up is another dead Plague Monk. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more dead. So it's going to be 20 dead Plague Monks. So we've removed a bunch of Plague Monks. So we're going to have 15 removed here. They're going to go into the Arcanum, and we've got 5 that are going to put wounds into the Evocators. We'll come back with their rolls. 5 into the Evocators. Every 6 is a mortal wound on the Evocators. None on there, so hopefully we've got all those bad rolls out of the system. 15 into the Lord Arcanum. We need 3 6s, and he dies. So go for it. 1, 2. Technically, that's the statistical average because he had 15 dice. Unfortunate. But now that's going to be the... No, it's not going to be the end of combat, sorry, because we've got the Plague Monks to strike back against the Evocators now. So, 24 dice into the Evocators now. Remembering they are -1 to hit, so you need 4s to hit. That's not too bad. And 4s to wounds. So we're going to need to make 4 armor saves on the Evocators. So, currently needing 3 ups. And take a wound. Now we're going to go into Battle Shock, which I don't think is going to be kind to those Plague Monks. Shock test for the Plague Monks there. They're going to lose 11 plus d6. I think we need to roll under a 3 for there to be a model left. 4, I think that's going to kill them all. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's going to kill them all, unfortunately. They're going to disappear, and Stormcast are going to take the objective. So that's going to give us 5 points this turn, going into Skaven turn 3. So, no hero phase for the Skaven. We're going to go into shooting. The Plague Claw Catapult is going to shoot into the Evocators over there. So, Plague Claw Catapult from back there is going to shoot into the Evocators. Needs a 3 to hit. Hits. That's better than my artillery. 3 to wound. Wounds. So going to be -2. So I'm going to have a 6 up save on the Evocators. Misses. Fails. And d6 damage. For 6, so it's going to kill 2 Evocators. Completely got ahead of ourselves and forgot to record the movement, so the movement is what it looks like here. Plague Monk's just moving up onto the objective and taking the point. Trying to gather as many objective points as we can before the Stormcast come getting. Plague Priest over there has just moved onto the objective and the catapult stayed where it is. No charges, I don't think, for this turn, are we? Yeah, because if we charge off, we're probably going to get murdered. So that's going to be it for the Skaven turn 3. Skaven are going to score another 3 victory points at the end of turn 3. That means we're going to go, 7 to 13. Going into priority. Blue for Stormcast, green for Skaven. Stormcast get a 5 and a 5. That means Stormcast is going to get to pick, and I'm going to have to take it because if he gets any more points, I don't know if I can catch him. So, hero phase for the Stormcast, we're going to start with her casting Stormcaller again. So, do 6, goes off on a 10. So now we're going to roll the dice. Let's see if we can roll a 6 for every Skaven unit on the table again. Unit of Plague Monks over there on a 6. No. Plague Claw Catapult up the back. No. And the Plague Priest, come on, because we might be able to kill him. No. Stormcaller doesn't go off on anything. Evocators will cast Empower upon themselves. Goes off. And the Lord Arcanum will cast a Mystic Shield on himself. Goes off. Giving him reroll save rolls of 1. We'll go into Stormcast movement and come back after that. So movement, we've had both units of Sequitors here move up, and the Incantor also has run up behind. She's wanted to get into the fight as well. And on the other side, the Evocators have run, so they can't charge this turn, but the Arcanum's just moved up, getting ready to charge that Plague Priest, though we do regardless control the objective over that side now. So we'll go into shooting next. So shooting, Celestar Ballista is actually rapid fire going to go into these Plague Monks here. So 5s to hit, hits once, it's going to do d6 wound rolls for 4, and 3s to kill a rat. 3 dead rats. Charges now, start with these Sequitors here. They're going to get a 3, so they're just going to make it. Don't have any rerolls. Sequitors over there, they're going to get a 7. And over here, the Arcanum's going to charge. He's got an 8, so he's going to get in with that easy. So we're going to go with the Arcanum first, mainly because he's only on a wound, and if that Plague Monk or Plague Priest gets a lucky hit, he's dead. So we're going to use Command Point and give him reroll 1s to hit. So his Aether Stave, 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. That's a good call. All hit. And 3s to wounds. 3 at -1. 6 up save for the Plague Priest. He saved 1, but he's going to take 2d3, which regardless is going to kill him because he's only got 2 wounds left. But he's going to take 5 wounds. So he's going to get killed. So we split the attacks. We've got 6 going into this unit and 4 going into that unit. We'll start with the 6 going over there. So 3s to hit. No, it's not too shabby. That's it. Now to wounds. Needing 4s. 4s to wound. No, roll that one again as he decides to not. It's not too shabby, so it's going to be what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more dice into the pile. You actually got more than you started with. So we're going to have reroll saves up. No reroll saves. So we're needing 4s, rerolling 1s. So we'll reroll 1 and on it. So you're going to die. So now it's just going to be all wounds through. So ouch, that's going to be really painful. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the unit dead. Ouch. It's not good. Coax the other 8 into the other unit of Sequitors. And 3s. Well, saving the best rolls for last. And 4s to wound. Needing 6s though. So there's going to be 3 in total there. Not quite as good as the other half of their unit, and so we're going to be 3s re-rolling 1s. 4s re-rolling 1s, sorry, but saved them all. Well, I mean, we've got to save something after what happened to the other unit. And now we'll go back with those Sequitors. So, going with the Sequitors, we've got the 2 normal Sequitors hitting on 3s, re-rolling thanks to empowered weapons. So 3 hits and 3s to wound. 2, so 2 with armor saves for 6+. No, so it's going to be 2 dead so far. And then we're going to have the Grand Hammers needing 3s, re-rolling. Nope, still missed. And then 3s to wound, no armor saves against these, killing 2 each. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 14 dead. I think that might be the unit. And 14, and that's all of them dead. No armor saves against that, unfortunately, it's a -1. So this is going to be some dead Plague Monks. So he's got 13 hits back. He does need to kill every single Sequitor, or enough to make them think about it, really. So what, you need to kill 3. You need about 6 6s to show up. Cool, so 6s, you need 6. 6 6s will probably at least see you somewhere. And not 1. I think we might be able to call a game here because that catapult is not doing much. Or not doing enough. It's got 1 shot, unfortunately. So we'll just quickly calculate the points and see what we'll end on. So there we have it. That's the battle report. The game ended 25 victory points to Stormcast to I think 13 of the Skaven, but it was a fantastic game. My opponent really enjoyed their first game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so awesome. Let's hope to get some games in against them soon and get them on the channel properly. But this is just a fantastic battle report to get them started and to show where they started. For them, I hope this can be a little bit of inspiration for them to where they start and where they can go now in the future, knowing and learning that bit more about Warhammer Age of Sigmar. But that's it for today, everyone. A special thank you to all the Patreon supporters on the channel. You're all fantastic, and a special thank you to everyone who subscribes, likes videos, watches, and supports the channel in any way they can. Don't forget, down in the links below, you'll find links to our Discord server. You can come chat with me and other members of the community, including people that appear in our battle reports. They'll pop up there from time to time as well. But stay safe, everyone. Stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. We'll see you all again real soon. Ciao for now.